Hello, online crew, and welcome to today's live where we're going to talk about the fact that a lot of us beat ourselves up. Do you do that? Do you beat yourself up when you don't achieve the things that you want to achieve? Or do you beat yourself up about the fact that you think you should be a lot further along in your journey than what you are right now? So there's things that you want and desire, but you're just not there yet. You thought you'd be healthier, that you thought you'd be skinnier, you thought your business would be in six figures by now if it's not, or all those kind of things. Like, do you have a struggle? Hey Stacey, how are you? Good to see you on Instagram there. Darren, I always beat myself up. It's a human trait, and we just shouldn't do it. Okay, so let's talk about that today, because I think there's an element of all of us that beat ourselves up for not being further ahead than what we thought we should. Correct? So that's what I'm talking about today. So if you're not familiar with my lives, it's Helen Martin here. I'm your online crew captain for our amazing online crew here of home-based business owners. We've got direct sellers, social sellers, network marketers, those of you that want to leverage the internet and build a business online, but you need systems. You need, social selling systems to help you gain more team members and customers. So you want to do it in a way that is modern and that you're a human before a marketer, then you're in the right place, because that's what's important to me. I don't care if it takes me longer to build my business, if I can do it with integrity and authenticity and be genuine and be a human before a marketer. But leveraging all the amazing, things that the internet gives us to attract more people to us and build our business that way, then that's what I talk about here. But my first live video of the week, I talk about something to do with personal growth, personal development, something to help you be a better version of yourself, because it doesn't matter what skills you learn. We can learn Reels, we can learn TikTok, we can learn stories, we can learn curiosity posts, we can learn content creation, we can learn all the things. But unless you believe in yourself, unless you've got it all going on up here, you'll never get there. They're just skills you can learn. It's what's going up here, that'll make you or break your business. So my first live video of the week is something that's thought-provoking to help you become the version of you that you need to be to have a 6, 7, figure and beyond business. Make sense? So that's what I'm here for. These videos are probably, I think, the most important video that I have throughout the whole week. Because when you nail your thoughts, your belief, your actions, because they're all connected, your thoughts create, your words that create your actions that create your results. Have you heard that before? That's what it all comes from. It doesn't matter how many skills you've got. If you honestly don't think you can do it, if you sit there and have self-doubt, if you beat yourself up all the time, you'll never get there. So let's have a chat about that. What's coming up this week? We've got Clubhouse tomorrow. Clubhouse, we're talking about stories. We're talking about cool tips and strategies for you to leverage stories, whether that's on Instagram or Facebook. So that might be a handy discussion for you. And I've got other great training coming for the rest of the week. So if you're live, say hello. Some people have said hello over here on Instagram. So we've got Cherie here on Facebook. We've got Jennifer. We've got Beth. We've got Brian. We've got Donna. So definitely say hello if you're here with me live. We're on Instagram, Facebook, business page, my Facebook group, and YouTube all at the same time. So let's get into this. If you're that type of person that beats yourself up, and you think I should be, much further along in my journey that I am now, and that's something you constantly tell yourself, that is a very dangerous path. Okay, we're going to knock that on the head right now. If you give that energy, if that's how you constantly feel, like you constantly feel deflated or even anxious by the lack of results in your life and your business, stressed about it, completely, frustrated, disappointed, all those kind of feelings about where you thought you should be by now, that is a very dangerous path we need to get you off. If you give energy to those things, so what I mean by that is if you focus on them and you give them energy, So it's a constant sort of thought in your head that, you're disappointed in yourself, or why aren't I further than, what I am right now? How come this is happening for them but not me? Why can't I sort myself out? Why can't I get more organized? This is the same pattern for me. Here I am again. I've, taken on another business and I'm still not succeeding, or I'm not attracting the people that I want to online, or I'm putting content out there, I'm not getting much engagement. Like all those things that run through your head. If you give those energy, what I mean by that is if you repeat them and you concentrate on those, you're actually fueling the fire. You're actually giving them extra energy. And guess where you're going to stay? Stuck. Okay? You have to recognize those thought patterns and you have to change them. Do not give any more energy to those kind of thought patterns. We've got to change that. Are you happy to change that? Because you need to. Because if you don't, you know how often human beings fight for their limitations. The more you think and the more you think about the disappointments and beat yourself up about not being further along in your business or in life or whatever it is that you want to achieve, you give energy to the things that aren't working. That fuels the fire and you will stay completely stuck. What we need to recognize, and this is why I'll always continue to talk about this, your thoughts are everything. As soon as you feel those thoughts coming in, why aren't I further along than this? Why isn't this working for me? Why can't I get my what together? Here I am again. Same pattern for me. Same old, same old. When you speak that, even if it's not out loud, but if you say any of those kind of words to yourself, you are fueling the fire, you're fighting for your limitations, and when you do that, you get to keep them. So did you realize that's just a story? It's just a story you tell yourself, oh, here we are again. You get to choose. You get to choose to think that, or you get to choose solutions. It's like, oh man, here we are again. Popped in. What I would do with that is, okay, pivot. I literally tell myself to pivot. Okay, pivot. And then, does anyone know what my next question is? Those of you that have been around me for a while, anything that goes on, particularly things that aren't going well, what's the next question that I would, after I tell myself to pivot my thoughts, what's the next question I would ask myself? I would love to know who's in tune or who remembers with what I do in my life and my business every day, all day, constantly evaluating. What's the question? Does anyone know? I'd love to know if anyone gets this. I'll leave it a second. Hello, Ford. Good to see you here. We've got Michelle here as well. Hello, Jennifer. You are verbalizing my thoughts. What can I do differently? Yes, but what am I going to ask first? Are you doing what you say you would do? Yes, but not exactly what I was looking for. What can I do different? So you're kind of getting there, but you're one step ahead. That's kind of the next question. So what people are putting in the comments, well, that's a good one actually, Stacey. Is it true? Not the one I was thinking of, but that's a good one. These ones are good ones. What can you do differently? So that comes, is it actually true? That's a good one, because most of the stories that you tell yourself in your head are not actually true. They're just a story. So good point, Stacey. Where I'm going with this, no one got it, but this is what I constantly ask myself, good, bad, or otherwise, what do I need to learn from this? You remember it now? I bet there's some people that just went, yes. What do I need to learn from this? You can say that to yourself when you're beating yourself up. I would encourage you, write that sentence down. What do I need to learn from this? So you're beating yourself up, you're feeling all down and out, you're disappointed. Nothing's working. I'm reaching out to all these people. No one's responding. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. I'm doing all the things. Nothing. So you're in the pattern. Step one, pivot. You've got to tell yourself, you've got to interrupt your thought pattern. This is the only way you can change this kind of, giving it energy, because when you give it energy, you just stay stuck and you fight for your own limitations, and you will stay stuck and you will stay beating yourself up, and you're not going to get the results that you want because you keep thinking about all the things that are not happening. When you give that energy and when you continue to tell yourself and beat yourself up, you will stay there. So as soon as those kind of thoughts come in and you're getting down on yourself and you can't see the light, you need to go, I need to pivot. That's your first trigger. I need to pivot. The second thing you're going to do is go, what do I need to learn from this? Where you're at right there in that moment, the way that you're feeling, what do you need to learn from this? Oh, that Helen chick the other day, I watched a video of hers and she told me, I need to get out of that way of thinking. So I need to think of a solution. What do I need to learn? I need to think of a solution for the way that I'm feeling right now. Like whatever your trigger is. Okay, you need to ask yourself, what do I need to learn from this? Now, hopefully what's actually going on in your head is that you're actually going a lot deeper with your situation. What do I need to learn from this? Maybe you're feeling really crappy. So what do you need to learn from that? I don't feel good right now. I'm not in a good place. I need to sort myself out. That might be what goes through your head. So if that's what you need to learn from the way that you're feeling, fabulous. You've just identified it. Do you know you can't fix anything you don't identify? So the reason that I would suggest to you to pivot and then say, what do I need to learn from this? You need to analyze and evaluate where you're actually at in a moment of not feeling good or beating yourself up. Only when you ask yourself that question, what do I need to learn from this? It's like, that might be your trigger to go, I'm not coping. Or what I'm doing is not working. Like, this doesn't feel good. I'm doing this, this, and this, and this, and I'm not getting the results that I should. Like, I need to ask my mentor what I'm doing wrong. I need to ask for some help. So you go into solutions, but you can only go into solutions when you ask yourself, what do I need to learn from this? What is going on here? You have to evaluate that. If you don't, you'll stay stuck. You'll stay stuck in wherever it is that you are beating yourself up about. You'll say the same things the next day. You'll get disappointed. And those type of people that stay stuck, you'll stay unwell, unhealthy, unhappy, unproductive, and not getting the results that you want in life or business if you're not asking yourself the right questions. So if you continuously beat yourself up, you are not doing yourself any favors. And what I want to make it really clear is you actually have a choice. Some of you don't think you have a choice. It's just the way it is. No, it's not. You choose your life. You choose your results by the choices that you make. If you're all over the place, you don't know what you're doing, you got no results in any of your business, I'm sorry to be really blunt, but that is a result of your choices up until this point in time. And you're not asking yourself the right questions and you're not pivoting from where you're at. So if you don't like where you're at, don't beat yourself up. You say to yourself, okay, this is not where I thought I'd be right now. I need to pivot. That's your step one. Remember the pivot. Secondly, so what do I need to learn from this experience? What do I need to learn from them up until now? Because what I've been doing hasn't been working. So what do I need to learn from that? Maybe you just need to learn what you've been doing isn't working. So what's the result of that? You go deeper. I'm not organized. I'm not prioritizing my business. My head is not in the right headspace. I'm not making the right decisions. I'm not even asking for help. I'm sitting here feeling sorry for myself. That's what I need to learn. I need to learn to ask some questions of people that I know that are around me. You will excel when you hang out with the right people. You've got the right mentors, all of that. Okay. So we're pivoting. Am I drumming this home? You're getting the steps. Step one, when you're beating yourself up and you're not feeling real flash, and I don't care what it is, it could be your health, it could be lack of sleep, it could be your business, it could be arguments with your partner, it could be arguments with your kids or your grandkids. It doesn't matter what it is. If you're feeling down about something and you're beating yourself up about something, you tell yourself, I need to pivot. Don't stay there. When you stay in that place, you waste hours, which turn into weeks, which turn into months, which turn into years. That is a result of your choice to stay stuck, believe it or not. So don't choose that path. Promise me, you won't choose that path. So when you get these feelings of overwhelm and not feeling good, and you're scared and you feel insignificant and you feel powerless and unimportant and imposter syndrome and unhealthy and depressed and not achieving anything, when you're feeling any of those feelings, it's like, I need to pivot. I want my voice in your head going, pivot. That's your first trigger, pivot. Second question, what do I need to learn from this? What do I need to learn from where I'm at? Maybe you need to learn you're not growing. Maybe you need to learn you are stuck in your own patterns, bad habits. So what do you need to learn from this? Identify what it is that you need to learn. Okay, I need a new system. I need some help. I need to talk to somebody. I need some guidance. I need this. You work out what you need. So therefore, you choose opportunity and solutions. This is the third thing. You actively choose opportunities and solutions. Now, what that looks like is when you're stuck in something, you have an opportunity. You have an opportunity to turn it around. You have an opportunity to pivot. You have an opportunity to learn what it is, truly where you're stuck. You have an opportunity to change. You choose that opportunity, or you miss the window and you stay stuck. What would you rather? Choose the opportunity and the solutions, or stay where you are and beat yourself up and give that energy. You fuel that energy, you're going to come back to it. And some of you will have bad habits from a child. Some of you will have things ingrained with you that let you down. Some of you had people in your life, upbringing, that told you weren't good enough. Some of you didn't listen and you never feel heard. Some of you have got things buried in your subconscious that you don't really realize are running you in the background. So, even those of you that are in relationships and you get into the same bad relationships, whether that's a partner or friends keep letting you down, or, if you've got patterns that keep reappearing, it's because they're buried in your subconscious and you fight for your limitations. You're not choosing a different path. You just keep saying to yourself, here we are again. Another failed business or another, it's just a story. Like Stacey, you said before, if you're still watching on Instagram, is it true? No, it's not true. It's just a story you tell yourself. You can change your story. Any one of you can change your story if you ask yourself the right questions. Start with, what do I need to learn from this? And then move into, okay, what's the opportunity out of this? So you identify what you need to learn, and then you identify the opportunity, and then you go looking for solutions. Pivot. What do I need to learn from this? Choose the opportunity to change so you can find the solutions to actually effectively change. But it all comes from what's going on up here. So the reason why I constantly talk about this is because we're run on autopilot as human beings, and sometimes that doesn't serve us well. So unless you're actually analyzing and evaluating the way that you think and the words that you say to yourself, then you can't pivot. So I do these kind of videos at the beginning of the week to try to raise your level of awareness of the way that you think, because you might not even be thinking about the way that you think You just think it. So unless you're evaluating the way that you think, you can't pivot. You certainly won't be asking yourself what you need to learn. And you certainly won't be choosing opportunities to change or finding solutions because you're just thinking the way you've always thought. So I want you to think differently. And as soon as something negative comes in, as soon as you start beating yourself up, as soon as you start talking down on yourself, as soon as that language comes in your head, like, I can't make this work, here I am again, I'm a nobody, why do I keep struggling with this? This is so me, I'm going through this again, I can't seem to bounce back from feeling this way. If you give those words energy, you're just fighting for your limitations. And you will prove yourself right every single time until you change it. Can you just let me know in the comments that this is really clear? Because this is what I want for all of you. If you are that type of person that beats yourself up, you're not in a good place right now. You're not thriving in your business. You're not thriving personally. You want to really, write it on a sticky note, those 3 things. Pivot. What do I need to learn from this? Choose the opportunity and solutions. There's your 3 things. Put it on a sticky note. Stick it on your mirror. Stick it in your car. Put it on your phone. Set an alarm. Remind yourself once a day, 10 times a day to choose those things so you can catch the negative patterns that you don't even realize are running your life. Okay? Clear to Stacey. Thank you, Stacey. Appreciate that. So just, oh yes. Cherie remembers it now, the question. Question to self, should I quit again? Just like what I've been doing in the past. That's old language. So you have an opportunity to change that language, Jennifer. Maybe something's not working. Should I quit? It's not. No, I've got an opportunity to change. I've got an opportunity to turn this around. What do I need to learn from this? I need to learn from this. What I've been doing is not working because I'm not getting the results that I'm doing. So what do I need to learn? I need to learn some new skills. I need to find a mentor. I need to do this. I need to that. That's what you need to learn. So you can't evaluate until you ask those questions. So you're asking yourself better quality questions so you can change. Need to fight the feeling. Laurie, definitely stuck in some areas and killing it in others. Laugh out loud. July is focusing on the ones that I'm stuck on. Love that, Laurie. Because we've all got things that work well for us, and you'll pretty much know the things that don't work well for you. Only you know that. Even people that know you really well will not know it like you know it for yourself. You know what you're stuck on. You know what you say to yourself. You know what you're down on yourself about, whether that's personally or in your business. So focus on those things. Okay? 100% clear, and part of past experience, clear, very clear, very clear, very clear. Awesome. I'm going to leave it there. I hope you've heard me, and I hope when those negative things creep in that you remember to pivot, ask yourself, what do I need to learn from this? And then choose opportunity and solution. Everything in front of you is an opportunity to change. Your results up until and now are a result of your choices. Did that make sense? I think you know what I mean. So make different choices if you're not where you want to be. Just don't beat yourself up because it doesn't serve you. It'll just keep you stuck, and I don't want that for you. Okay? So go and implement change in a positive way. And I hope to see you on Clubhouse tomorrow and my live videos for the rest of the week. Bye-bye.